Hello! It is the end of day 10 of my 10-day master cleanse. I'm really excited. I am really proud of myself for getting through all 10 days. I have lost approximately 8 pounds since day 1, so I don't know that it's really the full 10 days of weight loss until I step on the scale tomorrow morning and see what it is, but I'm really just amped and I wanted to get this video done, so I figured I'd give you the progress report for tonight. Since my 2 days of easing in, because you are supposed to ease in and ease out of the cleanse, so since my 2 days of easing in, I've lost about 11.5 pounds. So, I mean, that's really great. Again, that's not quite why I did it. It's a wonderful side effect. I'm really stoked about it and hope I can keep the majority of that off once I start eating again. But I really did it to just reset my eating habits and kind of like jumpstart some new healthy lifestyles. Looking back over the past 10 days, there were some days that were harder, days that were easier. But I definitely feel like for me, it was very doable. Obviously, I started this with my 2 best friends, Joe and Aleece, and they weren't able to complete the full 10 days. And I think that's a really important point, is that, it depends on your body and like what your eating habits were before and some of your medical history and stuff like that. And so it's really important, that you pay attention to all of those things and that you pay attention to how you're feeling during the cleanse. There are some things that you can be aware of and you can move forward through, like, hunger or, slight headaches, things like those. You really have the power and the strength in your own body to just push past those things. But sometimes, unfortunately, there are other things you can't. I feel like, again, for me, it was totally doable. I think that for a good chunk of people it would be, and I definitely plan on doing it again. I also found that it was kind of emotionally and spiritually fulfilling for me. I was raised Catholic, and this does happen to be right in the middle of Lent, which, for those of you that weren't raised Catholic or Christian or anything like that, Lent is the 40-day period that represents Christ's fast after being baptized. So, thinking on that and just the effect that Lent always had on my life, giving up some little thing for 40 days, as opposed to this big thing that, this man did. He didn't eat for 40 days, and fasting is a part of pretty much all major religions to some degree, and it really does bring another kind of clarity of mind to a degree about things, and I do definitely feel differently. My friends were kind of making fun of me for today being a little bit crankier than normal, but I think that's more just because I'm kind of just ready to be done and move on to the next step, and I'm anxious to see what's next. But other than that, like personally within my own being, I feel a lot more centered than I did before. I recognize how I felt about food before and the way I was treating it. I was using it as like a crutch, as like a binder in my relationships, and that's just not good. Food is there to nourish us, and of course you should enjoy it and you should love it, but it shouldn't be the center of every part of my day, and it was. So I'm really excited to move forward on that. So, now that I'm done with the 10 days, it kind of begs the question of, now what? I keep talking about moving forward and what I want to do next, but I haven't really ever said what that is. Like I mentioned, it's really important coming off the cleanse that you ease out. You do not want to just go from, not eating to suddenly going to In-N-Out and having a burger and fries and a milkshake and everything like that. For me personally, I have actually been vegetarian for about 2.5 years now, and kind of gone back and forth with veganism during that time. I really want to recommit to being vegan. That's when my body feels best, so that's what I'm going to do. As for easing out, I'm giving myself a 3-day period at least to readjust to food. I'm hoping for 3 days, but if my body needs more time, then that's what I'll do. Part of that for me is I'm going to start taking some probiotics. I was kind of bummed. I found out that the probiotics I bought actually are not vegan. But again, I personally do vegan for the health benefits and the way it makes my body feel, and I feel like in this case, eating taking the probiotics, which do have some dairy enzymes in them, is going to be overall more beneficial for my health than not. It's really important to make sure you include probiotics coming off the cleanse, because during all of the flushing and everything, you flushed out a lot of the good bacteria, flora that you need in your gut, in your intestinal tract and everything like that. So it's really important to bring those back. Otherwise, digestion is, for lack of a better term, gonna be a bitch. Like, you're just not gonna be able to do it. So it's really important that you make sure you're getting all of your vitamins and minerals, and like I said, supplementing some of those probiotics for a while until your system is back up to its healthy form. So I'm going to be doing that. Day one, I'm actually only going to be having orange juice. I might end up having some other juice in the evening, but you may not think about it, but juice actually does have some pulp and some fiber to it, and considering I haven't had any of that in my diet for 10 days except for maybe a little bit of lemon pulp, I'm definitely going to take it slow and start off with that for day one, just juices, probably just orange juice. Day two, I'm going to have some orange juice for breakfast, and then I'm going to make some homemade vegetable broth and have that for lunch. That'll be the first warm thing I get in my body, and I'm so excited. I'm obnoxiously excited for vegetable broth. And then that evening, I'm planning on making a homemade vegetable miso soup. So that'll have, bok choy and, what else does it have in it? Dandelion greens and just a lot of really good vegetables. But putting it in the soup is going to help kind of break it down a little bit for me, make it easier, considering that's going to be my first solid in a while, I'm also going to work on really chewing my food. That's something that most people don't even think about. I mean, the digestion process starts with chewing with your saliva, and you are technically supposed to chew each bite about 20 times. And if you try that with just one piece of food, it's going to feel weird. But that really helps. So I'm going to be really focusing on trying to do that so that everything's just easier. And then day three is when I'm really going to start kind of bringing actual solids more into my diet, things that haven't been sitting in soup. I'm going to be having orange juice for breakfast again, and then probably a kale salad for lunch, and then I'm planning on making a raw vegan pesto, pasta. So it's going to be, the pasta is going to be just shredded zucchini. The pesto actually has, it doesn't have any nuts in it, doesn't have any fat in it. It's pretty much just, I don't remember the exact recipe. I'll have to see if I can find it. But it's just, all vegetables, and I'm really looking forward to it. It looks delicious. And then after that, I'm going to make sure that I ease back into, more grains and legumes and everything like that. Again, I just really want to make sure that I'm making healthy decisions on a day-to-day basis from here on out. I'm really excited. One of the other things I'm doing is during this ease out process, I purchased, or actually Joe purchased for me, it was very sweet of him, the book Savor, Mindful Eating, Mindful Life, and I'm only a few pages, about 20 pages into it, and I really suggest it. It's definitely a different way about thinking about food, and after coming off my cleanse, I definitely resonate with what he's saying, and I feel like it can help remedy some of those problems, emotional and personal problems I talked about having with food. So real quick, I'm actually going to read just a short excerpt from it to give you an idea of what I think a relationship with food should be like. So this part is just talking about what we need to do to lose weight and to create a healthy relationship with food. To end our struggle, we must learn to not let regret, worry, or fear dominate our life in the present moment. Each minute we spend worrying about the future and regretting the past is a minute we miss in our appointment with life. A missed opportunity to engage life and to see that each moment gives us a chance to change for the better, to experience peace and joy. The practice of being fully present in each moment is called mindfulness. It is an ancient Buddhist approach to living that helps us to be in the here and now and to end our struggle with weight. So yeah, I'm really excited about the future. I'm planning on checking in, probably at the end of my ease out, and then, a couple weeks down the line just to see how things have gone post-cleanse. But again, yeah, day 10, done. I'm really excited. So thanks for those of you that were supporting me and watching and everything. I really appreciate it. It helped me out a lot during those tough times. And if you have any questions, let me know, and I highly suggest it. So yeah, have a great night.